Welcome back to the Mass Music Morning Show, fellas. Beer, liquor, wine, adult beverages. Having a few cold ones with the boys. You guys are familiar with these things, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've had 1 or 2 drinks in my lifetime.
Yeah, more like 1 or 2 million.
Yeah, man.
Got them.
Yeah, man. Here's the thing. I think in American culture, it's very suppressed until obviously you turn 21 years old. And that somewhat forces kids, I don't want to say forces, but I think that oftentimes when you're not allowed to do something, you're more inclined to do it.
The drinking age should be 18. If you can serve your country.
I feel like we should be like Europeans. Let them start sipping wine when they're fucking young.
No, that's how you develop problems, kid. I think 19 is fair. 19 is a fair age, mainly because 18, man, you're still in high school. Like I was 18 as a senior in high school, and you're going to school with kids who are 14, 15. You know, that's too young to be drinking booze. So I think 19, you know what I'm saying, 1 year out of high school, you should be straight.
Well, the thing is, enough of all the boring stuff, you know what I mean? Let's get into the fucking thick of it, you know what I mean? Fuck the drinking age.
Yeah, we're getting political with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you like to drink, Shlomo? Do you like beer? Man. Do you like liquor? Do you like fucking wine?
Here's the thing.
How about this? I'll pose it like a marry, fuck, kill type of situation.
Okay.
What are your choices?
Let's see. I'd probably marry liquor because there's many options, many different options. You can make some mixies. You can take some shots with the team. So I'd probably marry liquor.
The booze. What kind of liquor if you had to choose one?
Ooh, if I only had one drink, I think we did an episode on drinks a few weeks ago, but if I could only have one drink for the rest of time, oh, that's a great question. Well, I'd probably go with wine. And that's very general. It's a very general statement because there's mad different kinds of wine. There's dinner wine, there's like dessert wine.
There's cooking wine.
There is cooking wine,
And there's cooking wine because I know that because one time in my youth, actually, on a trip to Bahamas, we were running through this hotel and we seen some some expensive bottles of liquor. Ooh. And they're just like for a display. We try to take them. They were instantly realized they're filled with water. So like, okay, let's go to the kitchen. We can go into the kitchen and we see all these bunches of bottles of wine, right? Oh yeah, very very funny, right? We take the wine, we run to the beach, we freaking chug these bottles of wine. Yeah.
Oh no.
Crazy.
Oh, well,
thieves.
We're definitely not. Well, we gotta adjust desserts because it was cooking wine that we just chugged, and we all got sick and threw up because that's what you get when you steal stuff.
Yeah.
Karma, instant karma.
I've never stolen any booze, but if I had to steal a booze, it'd probably be a beer.
You never stole booze from like your parents' liquor cabinet?
No, but the thing is, I'll
never taken Gianni's beers.
Nah, I mean that's not stealing. That's just that's rite of passage as an older brother.
That's confiscated.
But it's funny because when I was a little kid, I used to help shovel my next door neighbor's crib. She was like 90 years old, and she obviously being so fucking old, she didn't account for inflation or anything. So I'd bust my ass shoveling her crib.
Yeah,
she'd give me like 50 cents.
Damn.
Mind you, this is like, earlier she thought, so what the fuck am I supposed to? I can't even buy like a honey bun with this. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then she would give me like a small bottle of like brandy.
Wow. As a little kid?
And would be like, give this to your parents. And I'd be like, okay. But they didn't drink brandy. So over the years and all these winters, I just kept collecting all these bottles of brandy until I was a freshman in college. And then I drank all of those bottles of brandy.
And they had probably aged at that point.
They had aged and everything, you know what I mean? So I don't know where I was going with that fucking story, what the point was, but
shout out to the neighbor though. Just
talking about stealing booze, exactly. The only booze I would have stolen hypothetically would have been that, but at the end of the day, I worked for it.
Right.
Long ago, you know what I mean?
Your booze.
Exactly. So I've never stolen any.
Well, like I have actually, I come to think of that. Come to think about it, like in my youth, like I'm talking like again when I wasn't of age, I kind of have kind of a history of stealing.
I have stolen booze before.
It's
actually.
terrible.
Now that I think about it,
the fact that weren't able to go to the store and grab it,
it's
sort of like by any means necessary.
By any means necessary.
Now, I got a hilarious story. We went to a post at Can Man, which is to those of you who don't know, it's a supermarket.
Well, what's a post?
Oh yeah, we got to get people hip. So a post is essentially a party in.
In the woods.
In public, but it's mainly in the woods, and there's only certain patches. We live in the city, so like there's patches of woods. This particular one we called Can Man because it was behind the Can Man supermarket in Quincy. So it's basically a patch of woods behind this building. Now, we get the word that the party's there. My friend Matt and I, we're walking behind the building, coming around the side. We got there rather early from what I remember, maybe 7:30. Nobody's there at all, right? So we're distraught. We're like, oh, we got the wrong tip, whatever. So we're leaving, and I'm walking out, and I see a box of Bud Lights just like tucked off to the side on the corner of the building, like right off to the side. So I'm walking by, and I just casually walk over, and I kick the box, doof, and I'm like, oh no, it's full. Bud Light Platinums. I don't think I had Platinums at the time, so I'm like, what the hell is this? I kick it, it's a full box, so I pick it up, immediately make a phone call. I'm like, yo, come pick me up. My boy comes through. We dip out with the goods, and that was that. That was like a random thievery, but so you left it.
That
out
was
there.
come up season. That's not.
Yeah, it made the night, man. It honestly made our entire night. But I remember back in the day, what I'm saying, I never really messed around with wine too much. It was
wine tastes
beers.
like ass. Let me tell you right now. But I like the drunk I get off wine. I get very horny.
Oh my God.
When I'm just being honest. I do. I get emotional too. That's another thing, which is kind of hit or miss. It's okay to be emotional, but you drink a little bit too much wine. You might say some things you might regret. You might do some things you might regret.
Oh, hey, here's the
But
thing.
wine also kind of tastes like butt to me. I don't
Nah,
know.
Wine's honestly kind of disgusting.
James brought up a fantastic point because like beer, liquor, and wine, they give you different feelings. It's like when you're smoking any sort of ganja, there's different strains. It gives you different types of, the highs. Different kinds of drunks, right? There's wine drunk, which I think is a very upbeat, very positive. And James brought up a good point. If you're emotional, you know what I'm saying, you could definitely be in your feels type of thing.
Juan Decimo from Fairly Odd Parents type of drunk.
Yeah. But all in all, I think the vast majority of wine drunk is positive.
Sexy,
yeah,
sure.
You're feeling good, like some Val Venus theme music type stuff. But
along those lines, though, when you go to liquor, man, my favorite probably is Hennessy, dude. And it's because, when I drink Hennessy, the person... Henny James is a total different breed, man. I feel like I don't want to say I get possessed by a demon because that sounds very bad.
I would say that that's what happens.
That's kind of what happens. And, God willing, I've been safe in my ventures. But Hennessy is absolutely my favorite booze to drink. But booze, tequila, it's an upper. It makes you want to dance. It makes you want to get up and going.
Hell yeah!
And booze is it's a very dynamic topic.
I will say though, early on in my drinking career, vodka was the drink of choice. You know what I'm saying? Get a liter.
What kinds?
Rubinoff.
Yeah.
Rubinoff, for those of you who do not live in the Quincy/Boston area, is a delicacy.
The cheapest liquor you can find.
Yeah. They have handles, which is I think a little over a gallon, right around a gallon of booze. Comes in a plastic bottle. I believe it's $12.99. It might have went up $13.99 inflation, but they have every flavor under the sun. And I
also think they could have raised the price because we were the ones drinking it, so we probably made it very popular.
The demand was there,
and we got the name out there too.
Oh yeah,
I think it's because of the Rubinoff though that I've forever been scarred from drinking any form of hard liquor. I'm good.
Off the Ruby, man. It was.
I don't really like booze.
You don't drink any hard liquor?
I mean, I do. Even the other day, I got a bottle of tequila and I mixed it with some club soda.
You were on that Ciroc on New Year's,
and
right?
I hated it. Ciroc, I'll rip shots of Ciroc. That's all I can do though. I can do shots. I
haven't had Ciroc in a long time. Ciroc just kind of tastes like New Year's, and it's very good, very good with it. Ciroc is vodka.
Shout out to my grandmother. Yeah, it's vodka. Yeah, my grandmother always comes through with a bottle of Ciroc.
She does. Seamus's grandmother. Sometimes, in the summer when we're having a cookout, we'll have a couple beers. You know what I'm saying? We're getting it going, and then. Right at the midpoint of most of these cookouts, she will show up with the largest bottle of Ciroc you've ever seen in your life and demand who's taking a shot, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna take a shot.
Exactly.
Smirnoff. Now,
gross.
It's gross. It's gross. But I feel like when it a couple years ago, it was kind of considered kind of top shelf vodka. I thought it was.
No way.
But it's not. But no, I think it had almost the champion effect. or maybe reverse. Champion, the clothing brand. A while ago it was at Walmart for like $10. Now it's like $30 for anything.
Yeah.
So I feel like it kind of decreased. I don't know.
Maybe
I consider it cheap vodka too.
They must have some good marketing teams behind them.
I feel like growing up it was considered.
You're right, James. And I think the main reason, I think a lot of restaurants use Smirnoff in their mixies. A lot of these fancy restaurants. So I think they drove the price up a little bit.
You know what else? Speaking of all this shit, speaking of Hennessy, when you're thinking about cognacs, did you know that Hennessy is like bottom shelf fucking cognac? It's not even like really good of a cognac.
It's probably like it would be the Coca-Cola of cognac, right?
But it's one of those things where it's like it all depends on like the marketing and how it's viewed and perceived by the public.
I think in the hip hop community that Hennessy is obviously up there, very much up there.
Well, if Hennessy's Coca-Cola because it's so obtainable, it's so popular, then like E&J would be like RC Cola.
Yeah, E&J is actually brandy. E&J is brandy.
Oh, it's brandy.
My thing with dark liquor, I can only drink dark liquor when it's winter.
Yeah.
And then I drink light liquor in the summertime.
Brandy is it warms you up, like, if you know what I'm saying.
Exactly.
And you're really not supposed, like, obviously, as a team we'd be drinking brandy, whatever, just like mixies or whatever. But it's supposed to be like an after dinner drink. You just pour it on the rocks and you sip it. You don't chug it.
Yeah, it's like exactly.
I'm a slut for mixed drinks, mixies, fucking kind of cool.
Favorite mixie?
Huh? Well, actually,
I already know James's. It's an espresso martini.
I'm actually developing a very big rep
every time
my
we go. Everywhere we go, this kid's drinking espresso martinis. I love it.
One of my friends on Snapchat sent me a video like, "Yo, your obsession with espresso martinis honestly is adorable."
It's classy. It's classy as fuck.
I think some people would have the opposite take of like it's kind of like kind of fruity drink, whatever. I don't care. It gets me going.
The thing is, I don't believe in that at all. The whole like, there's certain drinks that men can drink and certain drinks that are for women. Fuck that.
Over the summer, I did invent a drink though.
What was it?
It's called the Trulito. And what it is?
Truly's.
I agree. Actually, Truly's aren't that good, but when you mix these other two ingredients in it, it makes a very drink that gets you. What's a good word to get?
It gets you where you need to go.
Sloshed,
bundled,
hammered.
Ooh,
folded.
That's a great topic. What are the different words for getting drunk?
My favorite is folded, probably.
Folded. I think hammered. I use hammered a lot.
Bundled, schmitzed.
Schmitz is more of like smoking.
Yeah, that's true.
Plasted.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Gone. But if you want to get that level, you have Trulitos, which are 1 part Truly, as we mentioned. Which again, I'm not a big Truly guy. But you probably get, but you mix these other two ingredients, which are Tito's vodka.
Ew.
But this is what saves it, Seamus. You get some ice and you add Mio flavoring.
Oh.
And you have all those three, a nice little.
I don't know if I like that.
If you gotta think, Seamus, back in the day when you were drinking to get drunk. And if you were going, it's a summer and we're going to go to a concert, and I give you a fucking concoction of Tito's, Truly's, and
I would
Mio.
have loved it. In that scenario,
and Mio too has electrolytes. It's actually like I feel like it's a kind of like a good thing to put in your booze drink. Honestly,
I mean, shit.
No.
My thing is, I don't do that shit. I go fucking brews. I'm a beer guy through and through.
Oh yeah, we have barely touched upon beers.
I'm fucking a beer aficionado. I fucking love brews. I saw actually a thread on Twitter about like a month ago.
Yeah.
That was absolutely. It was all these dudes just bashing like IPAs and double IPAs, and it's like, dude, I live for that shit. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I fucking love the top shelf beers. And I have a question for the two of you.
What is it?
What if you only had one beer to drink?
You already know the answer. Probably for all three of us. For me, 1,000% would be Sam Adams Cold Snaps.
I couldn't. I would get fucking so tired of them shits. I already kind of am.
No, man.
I already kind of am.
There's the thing. I know what you mean where if you drink too much. And James brought up Truly's. The Truly lemonade packs. I drank so many, I got sick of them. Same thing happened with the Bud Light oranges, right?
Yeah, Bud Light orange.
I got sick of them. Truly's, Sam Adams Cold Snaps, I will say, I don't think I would ever get sick of them. Maybe if they were around year round, maybe. But the fact that it's seasonal, now that they're back around, I kind of like it because it builds up the hype. And it's like, wow, it's so refreshing.
Yeah, it's a good fucking beer, you know what I'm saying? I won't lie.
Now, James brought up electrolytes, right?
Electro.
That brought up another point I was thinking of. when it comes to the after effects of drinking, when you're hungover, what is your best remedy for a hangover, Seamus?
It's funny, actually. One of the first things I ever said to Natalia in my entire life, it was this conversation about hungover remedies. And my fucking method of choice is to just smoke mad weed and sleep.
Smoking and sleeping.
That's it, bro. It's the greatest thing of all time. Great, especially when you're hungover. It's like, might order some food, you know what I'm saying? Get a burrito at some point in the day.
Replenish yourself.
I'm smoking all day and I am sleeping all day. Maybe play a little Xbox, you know? If you just think about it right now, I'm like, this sounds like an amazing time.
I think, rest is good, but also can be bad because you might be fucking out of commission for the rest of the day.
Working out, too. I will say it's tough. But that's the real one if you're going
working out when you're hungover?
Well, I wouldn't say working out. There's been a few scenarios where it's like I've been on like death row of hungover and still had to go into work. And sometimes, and it's very rare, not rare, but sometimes, forcing yourself to like drink 8 bottles of water and get going and actually going into work. That first 2 hours may suck, but once you pass it, you passed it. While as my usual remedy for being hungover is probably sleep all day, smoke a bunch of weed, order greasy food, which is probably scientifically not what you're supposed to do.
Scientifically not, but it's like it's what my soul needs.
I'm just trying to survive, man.
Yeah,
gets you through it.
I had a rough night.
But yeah, I feel like that's the thing. I remember we had the tequila and tacos night. Remember that with like just the fellas and was it like October or some shit?
Yes.
And I remember we had to do the election special that day.
Yes.
Or the day after.
Yes, we did.
And that was one when we were talking about coming into work hungover, bro. I remember waking up in Shlomo's living room like a shell of myself. And I was like, I have so many things to do today, including going and putting a suit on and then going to the studio and talking about the election. But you know, it's like
that episode actually came out fantastic.
It did. And that's the I think like it's awesome because, you know, we talk a lot about, you know, doing things you really don't want to do. Like Ryan fucking getting in the ice baths in the middle of winter outside. I feel like when you force yourself to do work when you're hungover, and like at the end of the day, it's like you feel like it's like that P. Diddy video where it's like anything I want, I do. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like I feel like I can literally do anything in the fucking world. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta rally. That's the biggest thing. You gotta rally.
Have to.
But isn't it so funny how many of us have had those hangovers and times being sick, and you're just like, I'm never fucking drinking again.
Oh yeah.
And then,
told myself
but then meanwhile, later that night, or more
yeah.
likely next weekend, you're just sipping and back to the
bro, I've done that shit before, and then like by 4 o'clock, there's like a football game on. And I'm like, yeah, you know, it's smack right now with this, a fucking stew. That's another thing. What's your favorite fucking name for drinks? Mine is a stew. I saw a TikTok where they were using the term
stew. I like mixy. Or just for beers?
Or drinks in general.
Yeah,
you know
mixy.
I just like slamming some Hennessy and then being straight faced and being like, oh, I love water.
You know what's fucking hilarious?
Harder move.
That is a harder move. I said sippos.
Doing beers. Shout out to Ivan Rari.
Doing beers.
Let's do some beers. Fucking shout out to him. But yeah, no, fucking. So plenty of good times off the fucking beer, wine, and liqueur.
But hey, drink responsibly. All right, don't be getting behind the wheel and drinking. The sippo whippo is not cool.
And don't have too much binge drinking. You're not in the fucking, you know, you're not 14 anymore. Let's grow up.
And if you are 14, you're listening to this. First of all,
don't drink.
Don't be drinking at all.
I'll slap you.
Wait till you're married. All right.
But at the same time, guys, like, don't be boring. Have a drink.
No. You see, if you want to be like DJ Famous Seamus, wait till you graduate first.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not saying kids to have a drink. I'm just saying, you know, hey, sometimes you gotta have a little drink.
Hey, sometimes.
Gotta reward yourself.
But thank you for joining us.
This lovely discussion.
For yet another lovely discussion here on the Mass Music Morning Show.
I don't know what you guys, but I can use a drink.
I know, right? Let's start off the day with a little mixy.
Yeah.
And keep it locked, dude. We got some more wonderful programs coming your way. So don't go anywhere. This is Mass Music Radio.